Welcome back, everyone, to another three takeaways on Scarves and Spikes. Henry here with Jackson and Tyler. Gentlemen, we have a win streak. We have another win in the Benz, a dramatic 3-2 comeback win that had everything. Uh, yeah, it was an exciting Derby day here at the Benz. And first of all, what were y'all's thoughts on the game in general?
Yeah, I was not feeling it the first, you could say an hour in. I was like, we're done. Like, hey, they didn't get scored on the first 15 minutes of the second half. That's a win in my book. We can take that and, it is what it is. It's Orlando. Like, what'd you expect? I predicted a 1-1 draw, and I was like, I instantly like regretted that because I was like, that's way too optimistic. But like somehow, some way, they just said screw it. They just threw everyone forward. Just they showed the fight that we've won, and it took them, you know, conceding some really bad goals, and it took desperation, really, but they got it. They got there somehow, some way. They got there, and at the end of the day, you can take that and move forward with it, without all this mental baggage that you've had the past few months, um, of just winless game after winless game. Now that you have a win streak, you have two games back to back against some really good teams, you can take this and, I mean, sky's the limit, you could say. I mean, don't go overboard with it, but
Don't celebrate too
don't
much.
don't celebrate too much. Keep it respectable. But but you can see a path forward with the team now. And that's not something that I've personally felt in a hot minute.
Now that's actually the first takeaway is the win streak, right, Tyler? It's this club's first win streak since decision day, where Atlanta had won against the Red Bulls and then actually beat Orlando in Orlando to get into the playoffs. What was the probability? It was like 10%, 5%, something like that, and they made it happen. And well, they have another win streak after beating Orlando again. But what does it mean that they finally have consecutive wins, and especially ahead of this 6-game road stretch?
I mean, it's kind of like Jackson said. It means that you have something to build on. You really, really needed both of these wins. I mean, Cincy was a wild one. This was a wild one, to be fair. And we have to caveat slightly. I mean, there was a red card that did change the game, but we also saw a game not that long ago where Atlanta was on the better end of a red card and then still got dunked on. And so you got something here that you can go and take positives out of. You saw fight, you saw determination. You didn't see the team go into their shell and just say, screw it, we're not going to play. They fought back. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you get it. We say that all the time. 3 points is 3 points, and you need to get them at home. They saved it to the last possible minute. But you got your winning streak before you go on the road. And this road trip's not going to be easy, but this is massively important. I mean, there's still work to be done, but this is huge.
There is for sure work to be done, and Ronnie Dyla spoke about that. We'll actually get into that with our next takeaway. It's there's still work to be done. Ronnie Dyla was asked, and I really love this quote, and I want to get what you guys think about this, but he was asked about has he seen the mentality improve from the squad? That's one of the things that he's been asking the past, throughout this season. And he said, yes, there has been an improvement. However, he still hasn't seen what he wants to see from the team. He said he wants to see warriors, he wants to see them kind of pissed off, caring, and really going after these games. Jackson, what does that tell you kind of about, first of all, Ronnie Dyla's attitude as a coach and with the squad that he has? What does that tell you?
It tells me that Ronnie Dyla is not here for short-term victories. He's not here for like these small little moral victories. He's here to build something. He's here to build something that Atlanta has not had in years. And he also pointed out Bartek Slish, which I think is a great example of what he is alluding to, what he wants to see. On his yellow card, he clearly fouls the Orlando player. Like he he jumped on for a piggyback ride,
Mm.
like clear foul. And he loses it. He is like thrashing his arms. He's screaming at the ground. He's screaming to God. Like he is losing his mind. And that's what Ronnie Dyla said he wants to see. He doesn't want to see these players concede a goal or concede a foul and just like mope. He wants to see them show emotion and show passion. And he pointed out Bartek Sliš as a leader. He stood his ground on what he said preseason of Bartek being the leader for this team in midfield. And what we saw from Bartek, he let his emotions show. He turns around, like, 15 minutes later, he hits a rocket off that post. Or, well, goal's gone. But if that post is still there, if that post
Imagine
is still there,
imagine a post over there.
still being over there. Bartek slammed a shot off that post and passed Pedro Galeza. And that's exactly what Ronnie Dyla wants to be contagious to this team. He wants all of his players to show that. And once they do, once they're all fighting for each other, which he wants them to be a family, once they're all functioning as that unit, then maybe we'll see more of these concrete results, of these wins that maybe aren't so edge of your seat, but are convincing and are fun and put this team back to where we want them to be.
There's progress, but still work to be done. Tyler, what else does this team have to do?
Yeah, I mean, really quick, just to piggyback about the part about Bartek. I mean, Ronnie said all that and then said he has so much more to show. Like, and I think you can say that about the whole team. We know the expectations coming into the season. We knew what Atlanta wanted to do. They've fallen short. This is 2 very small steps back in the right direction. We know that the road trip is going to be hard. That is a different mindset. But as far as things to look forward to, I mean, you have to have those leaders. You have to have the guys like Sliš. He called Miggy after last game, a leader on the pitch. He's named a handful of guys as ones that, maybe you don't always see it in the way that you do Brad Guzan, but they're stepping up. And he wants that to be infectious. And that was one of the first things he said back in the preseason, the very first game that we were at in Chattanooga, I believe, that he said this team doesn't talk to each other like on the pitch. Like they don't communicate. They're not loud enough. And he's like, I want to see them communicate, be loud, like, and stop passing backwards. But I think that that was one of those things that we've kind of seen over the past couple of years, just kind of fragmented. And you need these guys to step up on the pitch, off the pitch, but fans want to see it on the pitch too. Sliš, great example. You saw it from Saba when throughout the game, he gets subbed off and he is pumping everybody up. Over the past couple of games, you've seen Jay Fortune do that. You've seen Matt Edwards do that. And those are they're little things, but at home, they create an environment that makes it really tough to play in. And that's what you need here more than anything. But beyond that, like, you now have to take that momentum and take it on the road and remember what you did here. And Ronnie said, we need wins on the road. We have to get some wins on the road. So, it kind of is in that all-encompassing bubble of there's still work to be done, but you did enough to get 6 points in the past 2 matches. Now keep going.
You keep going. Players keep stepping up. A player that stepped up in a big way tonight, Alexei Moranchuk, participated in all 3 goals. He had a goal, a primary assist, and then a secondary assist. He was the one that played that really good lob through ball in for Saba, and then he pokes it towards TRA, who just hammers it home for that final game-winning goal. We've been, a lot of us in the Atlanta United media circle, have been pretty critical about Alexei Moranchuk, myself included. But today, he was different. What do you think?
I think he was confident. He, for the longest time, just looked so unsure. He was hitting passes that just did not come off well, did not work. And after Sunday with Cincinnati, 2 assists, he looked like he came into this game ready to go. He was confident. He believed in himself, and he showed it. I mean, that goal was scored with some force. He put the laces through that one, and those assists show that he's finally building chemistry with these teammates, what we've wanted to see for so long, and they're finally on the same page to some degree. I just love seeing that confidence. If we could take that, multiply it, pass it to Miggy, That would be even better.
Double to give it to the next person?
Yes, exactly. Double it. Give it to Miguel Almirola, please. Uh, that's a different rant. But Atlanta United needed Alexei Miranchuk to step up, and he has, finally. Long may it continue, because 7 weeks of being on the road until they're back here in this building is a long time and is extremely difficult. And they're going to need that confidence to stay with them for all 7 weeks until they're back here and then beyond. They're going to need to rely on that mentality. And Alexei can be a leader if he keeps showing that. Like Ronnie said, like these emotions can be infectious, and it spreads to the team. Then Atlanta's in a really good spot moving forward, just maybe beyond this season. It's a culture shift that needs to happen for this team to have that confidence and belief in themselves that they haven't had for a while now.
Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all that. I think the biggest thing, that was my kind of main word for Alexei over the past, honestly, 3 matches, because I've been saying it going back to the Philly game. I feel like he had a better game against Philly, the most recent Philly game, than he had in a while. And then he grew on it in the Cincinnati match, and then he dominated this match. I mean, easy man of the match contender. Like, this was not even a guess. I said it at the end of the match. I was like, man, I can't remember how many assists he actually has over the past 2 matches, because he has that many. I think it's 4, right? Don't think I'm getting that math wrong. 4 assists and a goal in 2 matches. That's DP numbers. That's what we've been waiting for. But it's confidence, like you said, Jackson. Like, it just he's playing with a little bit more of a swagger, and I like that. Like, he doesn't, receive the ball kind of lackadaisically meander up and down the pitch. He's playing with a purpose, and he's getting involved in the attack. I mean, he's found himself in the box more often over the past couple of matches than I think he did the entire season prior to this. So, I mean, it's just this is what you need your DP to do. And absolutely, I mean, we joke, we had a whole rant and argument about it this week, but like Miggy needs to be in that same conversation. So you've got one of your DPs doing DP things. You need the other 2 to get involved. So, but if you have Alexei, who Garth said they want to build this team around, if you've got him firing on all cylinders, then it becomes so much easier to then fix the rest of the team and get it back to where it should be. And yeah, it's a culture shift. There's a lot of things here, and it all ties into each other. But Alexei growing confident, Slish stepping up as a leader, all that's coming from something, and part of it has to do with winning. I mean, but even in this game, with that moment with Slish and then Alexei playing the way he was, Atlanta wasn't playing great football for most of this match. Again, the red card did factor into it, but we've seen how this team has not capitalized on moments that they should capitalize on. But now they did. Now they've got something to build on. So that's it. Really, it's a stepping stone, and all these are little small stepping stones in the right direction. But Miranchuk being confident is one of the best things that could happen for Atlanta.
Does confident Miranchuk get your vote for the MLS All-Star game? Anyway, I will throw in a 4th takeaway. And we're going off script. Stella has to be at every Atlanta United game from now on.
Yeah.
Season tickets. Something has to happen, because it's 2 games in a row that she's been here.
Yep.
You got to take her on the road.
Yeah, I know. She's apparently going to go on a world tour at this point, like you said after. I mean, and it's already been going on Twitter. It was a joke. It was a joke, all right? They're like, hey, man, Stella's going to go to a game, first game this year, and then they won against one of the best teams in the East in Cincinnati. And then everybody was like, she has to come back. So we made it happen. And at halftime, I was like, oh, what have I done to my poor baby girl? And then she turned on the magic or something. I don't know. Disney princess over here. And, and hey, we're back, baby. What else can I say?
Whoa.
We're back, baby. Will Stella be back for the next game, baby? We'll find out. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us. 3 takeaways once again. See you guys next time. Peace.